everybody, it's me again. We are back again with a live stream today, and today we talk about Prisma. Hopefully the voice is not too loud. Okay, yeah, it's before I forgot to mention, the next stream is in 3 weeks, so this is the last one, and then there is a 2 weeks of holiday, and I will be back the 11. I think it's Thursday, 12th July. I will be back with another new live stream. So today it's for now the last one. It's about Prisma because tomorrow we release the new version of Prisma, which also can load in Go2. And I think Prisma is a very exciting product. It's even for free. So if you have a raw Papen instrument, you can go to My Products and you can click and request Prisma. And if, of course, it makes most sense if you have all the products, then you can load in all the presets. But even if you only have Go2 or only Bluetooth, there are still plenty fun parts you can do with it. So now this is just a sound which I was working on today, and well, we have here the fader, so I can say, okay, less rain. So there's a bit of rain sound in it. And I use the aftertouch. The first sound is Blade. And if I play it solo, I can even open it. It's a very nice patch. And the aftertouch does respond. So if I push more on the keyboard, so this is layer 1. Then we have layer 2, which is Bluetooth. Let's play it solo. When I click here on this button, it plays solo. It's a very deep sound. And you can see that here in the third fader, it says less rain. So this you can always also give it your own name. You see it controls the volume of oscillator A from Bluetooth. When I open now Bluetooth, it's the big screen version, therefore it appears a bit big. You see here oscillator 1, which is this tube sound. So let's bring it down. You see that the volume, I think it's just here's the volume. You can see it here. So if I go with the slider here more down, okay, the rain tube is back again. So with a preset and this fader, you really can address any parameters. So when I open it, just look to this volume. This one goes down. And this is arranged inside the layers, and layers are here. Okay, let's shut down layers, and we are now in Bluetooth, and you have an easy edit. And in the easy edit, we have a default setting, or you can pick another parameter which you like to use. So if you say, okay, I want something different, you simply go here and you see there's a long list of all the parameters of Bluetooth, which you also can select. And if you save this preset, this is of course memorized, so that it's some very deep editing possible with Bluetooth. So I want to first play a few sounds and also play a few sounds from Jamal, because a few weeks ago we also had an upgrade of maybe it's already a few months ago because time flies so fast. And then we added, of course, the subboom bass 2 for being used inside Prisma. But let's go back to this preset. So this is one of the new presets, and you see I use Go2 inside of it. And what I did, because that's very cool, the other sound, because there is already a space rain inside this one. So if we go to the bank manager, you see there is a space rain, which is an older preset. I go back. And I made a variation on this one just by adding a third layer here and by using Go To. So when I go to the next preset, you see Space Rain Go, it's called. And in this one, I use Go To, which is the preset is called Mentor Pad. So let's play it solo and let's open it. Here it is. Only the original preset from Go To had this movement, which you can see here, much faster. What I changed is, instead of syncing it to 1 bar, that's the original preset, was 1 bar, which I found too fast. So what I did is simply picked here 4 bars, because that sounded better for my taste. And what I also did is put off the delay, because we can use the delay in Prisma itself, and that saves a bit of CPU. So now this tempo is slower, and this one is combined together with the other ones, which were this other preset. Here it combines very nice. By fader 4 controls layer 2 and layer 3, which is Go To, and the other one, so less pad. So when I go up, I have more this blade sound. So yeah, you can do some fantastic stuff with Prisma, because Prisma, you combine several syntheses. You have the synthesis of Blade, we have the synthesis of Blue 2, and we have the synthesis of Go To in one patch now. And you can control things together with these 4 faders. It has a built-in FX. Here you have the FX section, and I use now FX1 for the stereo delay. Now, a trick what I use to show new preset is this. When I on the PC, the presets are in Documents, raw Papen, Prisma, Bank folder, and in View you can check also the date modified, and this I use then for showing you the newer preset. So if I go back again to let's say where I was in super pads, I made some new pad sounds. Memory table. Yeah, well, let's just load it. So memory table, go here in the bank manager and memory table, and here it is on alphabetic order. And what would be, of course, a cool thing in the future with Prisma to have also this star function. Maybe you know that from Predator 2 or from Go To or from Sublime Bass 2, you can give each preset a star to show that you like this preset. So this is memory table. I have to check because I can't recall myself anymore what it was. It's Go To combined with Predator 2. Bit microwave table PPG type of sound. Something is falling on the ground. 1 second. That's my cushion for on the rest, for making my hand a bit gentle. If you work very long, of course, with the mouse, you sometimes get some physical problems, and a cushion below your wrist is helping a lot to avoid some painful spots. So this one uses Go To with this sound. Pad sound combined with a more really a type of, I would call a more PPG-like sound, and this combined then with a pad. And you see here the 4 faders are again laid out, so I can change the speed of the movement. Let's see how that works. Or I can say less pad sound. The release, I can make the sound shorter or longer. It doesn't work very well now. I need to edit that still a bit, or making a slower tag. So this was one. So I had a few more. Let's see. Go to your pad 2. I'm not sure what that one was. So let's see. And this one only uses Go To, I think, because if you have Go To, you also can use Prisma. And tomorrow we have then also a few presets. See this preset I still need to finish because the other controls are not addressed, and I like to address them all. Of course, this one changes the filter, and this one makes a slow attack. This is twice Go To, so already with Go To you can make some very nice combinations. So this is the pad sound, and then there is this sound. So, and maybe you missed the latest Prisma update. We have Jamal, which is a very talented programmer who does a lot of preset work for us, and we are very happy with that. And in the Jamal 3, he has also some very interesting new patches. Maybe you didn't hear them yet, so let's play a few of them, also to show how creative Prisma is, and of course how creative Jamal is. Okay, so this is the Jamal third bank of him. You see, I use here this date modify to see and to which presets are the last one. So I played a few of them. Collision is a nice one. It's a very nice one. Okay, let's play that one. So I select it here in the bank manager, shut down my microphone so you only hear this great sound. Nice, isn't it? Okay, you had also another one, Fibonacci sequence. That's of course the famous sequence which also appears in nature. Okay, this is more sequence sound. And of course, if I have a beat in the background, I can jam. Of course, I need to play right. My timing is bad. My timing is very bad. Seems to go out of sync. It could be the latency because I'm streaming. See, the decay can change, and here he uses Bluetooth and Predator too. Okay. Well, we had another one. This one was also a very nice one. Yeah. There's some very nice stuff. You can see it still takes some time to load in. This one again, Bluetooth with Predator 2. Yeah, and what we had more. Mesa's Sun, that was, I believe, also very nice synth sound. Would something be for... It would be something for Vangelis, I think. Or maybe Bach. Synth can also be used for classic stuff. But this is a very nice warm sound. It uses from Bluetooth, I think it's the pan flute, but also that already is combined with the synth. Then we have Predator 2, kind of digital vibe sound, and combined you have this lovely sound. So it's really always a pleasure to dive into the Jamal preset bank. Let's see if I have more. Not sure what this one was. Yeah, I would call it utterly brilliant stuff. It's absolutely fabulous stuff, especially if you do some maybe film score type of stuff, or series, or maybe for a TV commercial, or music for games. Prisma is absolutely fantastic. Of course, it takes a bit of time from going from one preset to another preset because it needs to load in the instruments. So let's go back to see if we have another one. Where is it? Okay, this is just a guess. I don't know what this one is. Yeah, he uses a lot of Bluetooth combined with Predator 2. It's totally fabulous stuff what Jamal makes. We are very proud that we have Jamal in our team. So check it out, bank number 3, plenty of cool stuff. I mean, it's one after the another, which is interesting. So now go back to where we were starting with the fact that GoTo can be loaded also. And let's see what we have here. This one is called GoTo Papen. That's one of the new presets. 3 times GoTo. Let's see what plays. that one uses a sound which has a wobbly pad sound. So this is the added plugin. You see Go To, and here you see this XY is controlling the volume. Let's play it on solo. And it's MIDI time sync, so I'm gonna play now this beat. Hopefully my timing is better. Okay, this sound now I combine with this sound, which is a arpeggiator sound. Okay, let's play this one. And watch here, it doesn't have on the arpeggiator a first step, because other sequences are also played, so I don't have to need the first step for having it active. So when I combine this now with the other one, okay, let's put that one off. So the third layer is on time, okay, edit. This is the third layer. And that one also still has no one. So that also is later. So the one is more determined by this pad sound. So what I did is I picked one of the presets and I start editing the presets and also editing the sequencer down here. So put off sequencer nodes, and because multiple sequences are playing, this gives some very interesting results. So let's put back on the pad sound. So this is the sound, and in the background you hear a bit of beat. So okay, so a bit later on in the I will show you how you can start yourself. So what I did in this Prisma preset, it's called Go To Papen, is to start with this pad sound. So this one, which is a time based on the XY. Then I selected another preset which has a sequencer, but then added it, changed totally the sequencer. You see it plays on step 4, 5 and 7, but because it's in combination with the other one, with the pad sound, the one is more determined by this pad. And then what I did is added again another preset, and also added the other preset, and that one starts to play on step number 9. So that is one of the new presets just by using Go To. Let's see, we had another one. Go to go. Okay, yeah, well, it has to have a name, of course. Let's see what happens here. This one uses 4 times Go To. This is a squeak sound. And what I did is using one of the drum and percussion. Oh no, this is not the squeak sound, sorry. Let's pick the right one. It's this one. So this was a percussion sound, but I put on the arpeggiator. So this is more a show-off preset because it's maybe too full already for in your music. So let's play it solo. So that's the squeak. Added it, put on the arpeggiator so that it sequences. Then we have this one. I added this one also a bit. So But that's maybe a cool idea for you, because if you hear some presets like this, it's maybe too much, too full. So what you can do is simply shut off one of the layers and see how it fits in your track. So when you have a beat, maybe you only want to use that one. So you see here we have the faders. Okay, let's see what the other one does. This is the too much happening, to my opinion, but it shows what you can do with it. So that one plays also on step 4, 7 and 9. But you can say, okay, no, don't use this, only use the third 3 or 2. And you still can edit it. Okay, let's load it again, because it's now totally messed up. Okay, I'll play it again. Well, this is an older preset, no sidechain. Yeah, that's right, because also here I use it's a nice trick what I did here, because what I did is it's not sidechain, it's let's see if that one plays. No, it should be this one. No, let's set this one. Solo. It uses the LFO, only volume, and then you get in combination with the rest, you get this. That's an older preset. That one is already longer on board, and that's also more show off. But I will go in a few minutes in creating a preset and show how I do things and what you also could do yourself with Prisma. So now, so we had this one, which was a bit too. What I can do is put off layer 4, which is this beep beep. This could be useful, or maybe you want to make it a bit shorter, so let's. This could be a nice part maybe in your track. Or maybe like this. Or you can do what I did here is I have this unison on off and use it with the volume controller. So it's up to you how creative you are, and so this is one of the presets from the new presets. I need to check them a bit tomorrow morning, but in the late afternoon tomorrow, Friday 22 of June, we release this version of Prisma. You can go to my products and download it. There's one thing you need to do if you have Prisma already installed, is go down here and do rescan plugins to make that go-to also appears in your list. Of course, you need to have go-to and all the other products to make it to have the max use of this product. We also have more, a few more Jamal presets, which I don't have yet, but he promised me to send them the ones which he has ready, and of course that's also be added into the Jamal 03 bank. Okay, maybe let's see if there's another one. Step synths. Yeah, you can also make, of course, new lead sounds. Killing Scum Lead is, of course, a nasty name, but it's from a track. It's very similar to a track. Uses twice go to. And of course, this is more for the Dutch hardcore stuff or EDM stuff. So this one uses twice go to, 2 presets. And you see here the FX1. These are FX sends, just like your mixer. And instead of using the reverb in go to, because both presets use reverb. So what I did open the user interface of go to and did shut down the reverb down here. And this one uses only delay, I can see. Yeah, this one uses delay. And the other one maybe used reverb, and I shut it down because now you can use the Prisma reverb on both instruments by using the so you see, shut off the reverb down here. So now I use the reverb which is inside Prisma, which is a very high quality one, without reverb, and this with reverb. Well, this is uses go to twice, and one layer is, in my opinion, because you see, if you have these layers, you have in each layer you have several pages. The easy edit, these are these parameters from the synthesizers you can have here, which you can change with the faders. Then you have a keyboard layout, and if I go to the second layer, oh, now both are on the same pitch. But you could say, of course, to go 1 octave down with the second layer. That's possible. And you have again another preset. So this is a lead sound preset. Okay, let's go back to the manager. This is go to together with Predator 2, a step sound, a dance lead sound. Adding more reverb or slow attack. Filters. Okay, I need to check that one. Yeah, this preset I still need to check, because when I change the filter, and then suddenly it does change too much. And that is what I like to tell you in a second, how the best way to create a preset. So let's go back to the manager. What I had also is some classic stacks. Let me see. Again, 3 times go to this one. Let's see what this one is. Only simple 2 go to, 1 preset. I think if you own go to, you know. And that combined with this one. Maybe a bit edited. So that's a new one. Okay, let's go here. Go to 4. I think this one uses even 4. course more a show-off preset. So if I press solo, snare, I go to. The only thing I changed here, I put on the reverb and put on the distortion that gives a nice edge to this snare type of sound. So this is pure synthesis snare. That one is used, and this is a nice preset from Audition, who makes also some very cool stuff. It's more a bass sound. Then we have this one, and then the sequence sound. Okay, so together you can build it up. Let's build it up just by starting with number 1. Put on the snare. Other sequence. Another sequence. So this is more a show-off thing, but I have, of course, also some other things. Let's go. I'm not sure with this one. Synth Too Big. This is a very nice big brass sound. You know, if you stack a Jupiter 8 together with a T8 from Perfect or CS80, you get this one. Twice Go To, so this one and 1 octave lower is a bit different. This combined together, you get really a full synth brass sound. Okay, so I just played now a few presets. I also made a split point somewhere. Oh, that's Go To Jam, but that we did already a few weeks ago, I believe. I showed again, and I worked this preset out. And it's a combination of lead sound. And this also is handy that the layers has also a filter option, so you can say don't respond to the pitch wheel. So if I have a you see the upper lead sound responds to leads to the pitch bend and the modulation, and the lower range, which is 3 times Go To, have these filters active, so it doesn't respond to pitch wheel or modulation wheel, and you can even filter some more stuff. So this is one of the presets which shows that you can also make very nice split sounds. Okay, now back in making presets. What I always do, I go to the default preset. That's a way you could start. And what I do then, for instance, I take a Go To. Let's see if we're gonna make a pad sound. So I go and I edit Go To. And I keep in mind that I maybe, because it's a pad sound, that I want to control the attacks of the sound and also control the release of the sound, so that I can make the sound slower in the rise and maybe fade out longer. So okay, but first I need to pick a preset. Let's pick a preset. I go here to pads, very bright pad. Now, what I do to have control is I make it this way that the attack is 0 and the release is also very short. Not very interesting currently. What I also do is, well, I can shut off the delay because I can use the delay of Prisma. So this is preset number 1. Then what should I pick? Oh, let's take something from Bluetooth. I go to Bluetooth. Go in Bluetooth. It's a bit big because it's the big screen version. Go to pads. What should I pick? I just pick one. That's a vocal one. So also here I shut down the attack and the release, very short. And here in Bluetooth I also can shut down. It uses chorus. I leave that for what it is, and this one I put off. So also Bluetooth doesn't use delay. Now it's not really a pad sound, but that it's nice if you're gonna do it up here. So I'm gonna say here attack control, double click here, and here the release. Now here layer 1 I can select then the destination of this fader. So it shows then the easy parameters. So in this case I pick the envelope attack from go to, and the second is then the volume envelope attack time from Bluetooth. So that is layer 2 and layer 1. So this one and this I open now, and you see up here I have a range. Let's see, I even could say okay, let's make it 100%. Let's see what happens. Now when I open this attack, you hear that both go to and Bluetooth get a slow attack. So now this fader I can use to control both of them. Now, okay, now I'm going to control the release. Layer 1, which is go to amp envelope release, and also here layer 2. But then this is Bluetooth and volume envelope release. Okay, I shut that also, make it also 100%. And so now when I open the release, it increases the release time from go to on the volume and the release time on the volume on Bluetooth. So now you're already here, it's already far more a pad sound. Now I could use, for instance, here filters, so that this one makes closing the filters. So I could say okay, control filter frequency on this one, and I'm not sure if the filter is used in Bluetooth, because Bluetooth has of course FM synthesis. It's not always the case that the filter is used. Let's check that. So I click here on edit, and I see no filter used, so it doesn't make the sound of Vox, this quiet sound, change. But okay, that doesn't matter, so we keep it as it is. So when I open this filter, it would only change then the pad sound. Well, I could rename it and say darker pad. And then the last one I could say okay, stereo delays. So now the last one I'm going to use for the stereo delays, because if you see here, I can pick again layer 1, but I can pick layer 1 also FX send, or in layer 2 FX send. And so layer 2 picks FX send 1, and layer 1 picks FX 1 send. These are here, but they are closed. So, and of course I need to pick an FX here. I pick the stereo delay. The timing is set, you can see it here, and the up readout is 1/4, and I make it a bit more spacey with 1/4 triple on the or maybe even 1/4 dotted. Let's see how that sounds. So now by increasing this fader, of course I need to open this one also, not too much. Or let's give it 100%. Let's see what happens. And you see by moving this fader that you see also FX1 and FX that they change, you see? I think the volume is a bit too hot, so I go down a bit up here. Now I like this setting better than what we had, so this is really a space bed sound. Of course now I need to save it. I go save preset. I need to pick the right folder. Now this one goes in super pads again. And I will call it June space pad. Save. What I not must forget, in the manager there's a set category, and here I can give it a category. I will say pad, spacey, as a long release and a long attack, and it sounds it sounds pretty FX with a lot of delay. So not sure if it's bright or dark. It's somewhere in between, so I don't tag that one. And then I need to press again save to save also the preset with the tagging. Okay, well, do you want to replace it? Yes, because I made the sound a bit better. So now we have, by using Go To and Bluetooth, we have some a very nice spacey pad sound. And here you can adjust it yourself. Nice for live stuff. That was a very typical ending. Yes, guys. Yeah, Prisma is absolutely great. If you can go so far, as mentioned, the only thing is, of course, it takes a bit time to load in a preset, and of course you need to memorize that. I use now 2 instances. This is the same as having a track with Go To and Bluetooth playing at the same time, but with most modern computers, mine is even a bit older. It's in general no problem, and the products itself are very good optimized. So the if you go to the layers, the FX, you can see that by using FX1 instead of the delays in Go To and Bluetooth, you can save some CPU. Yeah, what there still also is an option. You have even here a main EQ which you can use on the master. It's even the case that on each layer you have this easy page, this keyboard layout for split points, but also an EQ. So if you think, okay, I want to EQ one layer because then it fits better, it's all inside of it. So it's a very deep host or plugin. Now I had with let me see. I need to check this here. So what can happen if you have an existing preset? That's something which is a bit complex. If you have now a preset and you add suddenly a different preset inside the Go To and you have some parameters addressed, then sometimes it's a bit tricky, because It's internally it seems to memorize the distance from the parameters. Let's see if this one had this issue. No, this one is okay. I had one preset which I played earlier, which has a bit of an issue which I need to correct. So the best thing, if you make your own layers, sure, you can start from scratch, but then the multi-control page, which has already some parameters addressed, could cause some problems. Maybe the best thing to do is then to, before you start, is to close all the faders. And if you think, okay, this is already a good sound starting point, and then make these all empty, that will be an option. But maybe that already makes the sound so much different that it is a bit harder to finish off. So mostly I start with a default preset. So now the last preset I want to show, because we don't have that much time anymore, is just from scratch again. And then what you can do with the sequencer now, because GoTo is now also inside of the Prisma. I pick one of the sequences. Okay, let's see. And just to show you what you can do with the arpeggiator, combining them together. So let's see. Not sure what this is. I just picked something. So okay, now again, this one is pretty short. I keep this as it is. I only put off the delay. Now I pick a second GoTo. Let's see, and there I go again to a sequencer. Let's see. Oh, this is there's not having a sequencer, but what I could do is say, okay, put on a sequencer. This may be a nice idea, because I like the sound. So this is a normal sound, but I put on the sequencer, and then I click off. Let's see what happens. This one has also delay. Okay, so this is a normal sound. I put on the arpeggiator and it added a bit. Okay, let's take another one. So I just do something in the flow. Third time, go to, I click out edit preset, because that's a bit faster for me to find a preset. I go to another bank. Oh, let's go to Solar. He has some nice sequence sounds. Let's see what. Not bad. I mean, I did not do that much, and it's already interesting maybe. So I go to edit plugin. Also from this preset, it's from the Solar Bank Pendon Binaural. I put it a bit less in volume, put off, it has reverb on. Maybe this one could be one octave higher, so I go to layers and then say the third one, go transpose plus 12. Now, what I can do now, if I like this, okay, for now I like it, is go to the multi-control page, and now I start addressing it. I could say filters, and then I address all 4 filters, layer 1, cutoff frequency, layer 2, cutoff frequency, and layer 3, also cutoff frequency. And then maybe the attack of all the envelopes, all the amp envelopes, so the volume envelope, so that I can create, let's say, it's kind of slow attack. Okay, I'll do it very fast now. Layer 3. Then I throw it open. filters I do close, so this negative amount. Slow attack. Now let's do some decay control. Also on the volume, layer 1. Amp decay, layer 2. And layer 3, also the volume envelope decay. Okay, I go negative because I want to make it shorter. So, and you can hear one sound that doesn't have the sound shorter. That's the reason, because the sound has sustain, and decay always goes down to sustain. So to have this also making shorter, I put down in the third layer the sustain. And now we have them all shorter. So this is of course just a very fast sound made. Let's maybe wise to save it. Save preset. I put it now in the default preset, and I will June arp 1. So most likely I will make also, oh no, June arp 1. Let's see how it works in music, because that often, so I use a beat. So now it's on this sound. Some sounds it makes a bit too short, so by having less amount, I can see that the shorten is not the same on each layer. And what I still can do now is, of course, change the arpeggiator here. There's no delay yet on it, so let's see if I can make a bit of delay, stereo delay, FX1. So now by combining 3 go-to, you have a pretty much a complex sequence sound. So this I just did very fast, and well, just by tweaking you will discover some interesting things. And this preset has then 3 times go-to, but also can be 2 instruments. Often 2 instruments is already enough to do some more complex patterns. Okay, let's go to the chat because I see some questions. Can I use 2 Prisma? Yeah, really, you can use as much as Prismas as your system can hold. This computer is, I think, 4 years old, something like this. I don't have a CPU meter. That one is gone with the newest Windows 10 update. Suddenly my CPU desktop meter was gone. But yeah, I think you give it a try with some presets. And of course, that's what you also keep in mind. If you have one preset from Prisma, let's say one of the pad sounds, I don't think that you will use 2 of these huge pad sounds in one song. The pad sound is so filling that the other instruments will be the other stuff you like to use. An i7, yeah, i7, you can do a lot with that, absolutely. So tomorrow we will have this new Prisma for you. Of course, we are on the Dutch time, so somewhere in the late afternoon. So check your account, log in to my products, and you will see it listed that in the info section of Prisma from the download page. You always can read which version was on which date, and then you can also use GoTo. And by clicking on Prisma, don't forget that when you run the installer, click on this rescan so that it sees all the plugins. Okay, I suggest, guys, to, if you maybe a bit later on in this live stream, we place it again in the playlist, so you always can check it out if you maybe joined a bit later on. So thanks for watching again. I hope you guys will have tomorrow as much as fun with Prisma as I have, and see you then back in, I think, 12th July. So Thursday, 12th July, I will see you back with a new live stream. Thank you for watching, guys.